Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut. Alright, in this video we're going to get into why the Mets did not sign Carlos Correa. Now, as you know, he had been with the Houston Astros for a few years. He spent most of his career there up until last year when he became a free agent and he signed with the Minnesota Twins. And obviously he has gone on to the Twins and re-upped with them on a 6-year, $200 million contract. And he's going to have a no-trade clause if you didn't know that. Now, before we get into that, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. What we're going to do is dive into this as deeply as we can in terms of why the Mets did not make this deal. So, now last offseason, Correa had signed a contract, a 3-year contract with the Minnesota Twins, and he had an opt-out after the first year, which he, of course, exercised that option into this offseason. He was the last major free agent that was on the market on December 13th. It was rumored, and it was getting pretty close to being officially announced, that he was going to sign a 13-year, $350 million contract with the San Francisco Giants. Now, the Giants, as you know, have been trying to get a big free agent in their organization for many years. They tried to get Bryce Harper. That didn't happen. They tried to get Aaron Judge's past off season. So they settled on Correa. Now, what happened was the family of Correa and himself and his agent were brought out to San Francisco. He did his physical for them. And they had a press conference planned, but at the last minute, the team, which is the Giants, had canceled it because they were concerned about the medical results that they got on his physical that he took for them. And they called it off. Now, the Giants did not have the ability or chance to renegotiate a contract with the Correa camp. And at that point, Scott Boras, his agent, pivoted to the Mets. Now, the Mets had jumped in at the last minute with Correa right before he was going to sign with the Giants. And Mets jumped in the middle of the night. They kind of was rumored and basically announced that they signed him at 2:30 in the morning on December 23rd, I believe, 21st. This was 3 weeks ago. Now, the Mets had done a lot of work this offseason. They basically rearranged the whole entire pitching staff. They brought back Brandon Nimmo. They brought in the big Japanese starter, Kodai Senga. So the Mets have been very busy, and they'll continue to be busy as we get close to spring training. But they did a lot of work with Correa and over the last few weeks trying to figure out how to settle this situation. He injured his leg in the minor leagues in 2014, but there was an issue with it because it turned out that the Mets had offered and agreed upon a contract with Correa for 12 years, $315 million. And because of this old injury, which obviously popped up with the Giants as well, that both sides decided to renegotiate. The Mets wanted to figure out how to... obviously what had happened was the insurance companies would not cover the Mets for this contract. And the Mets were trying to figure out creative ways to find a way to bring in the player and cover this contract. They hit a snag after the new year. We don't know what it was. We do know that the Mets were very frustrated with these negotiations over the last few days. Now, I had said, the host had said last week, once the holidays were over, by last Wednesday, we were going to find out whether he signed with the Mets. And once the Mets went past that Wednesday, I thought that the chances of them signing him were not going to be very good. We got to Friday, word started to get out that the Mets were frustrated. They'd basically hit a wall with the with the Correa camp. Now, the last few days, there have been rumors flying around about the Mets were signing him, the Twins were back in it. I mean, this was like an everyday thing. Now, I've been doing a lot of videos, and people get very frustrated with the sort of going back and forth that was going on with the Mets and with Correa, and the Twins with Correa. So I was trying to keep up, and I know a lot of other people were trying to keep up, and there was so much stuff going around, so many rumors, so much talk about what was going on over the last couple of days. It was very difficult to get a handle on. And this channel was very busy. As you know, I've been following it. I try to get you the best Mets content on here as I can. Now, on Saturday, YouTuber Tyler Ward of Wardy NYM had spoken to Mets owner Steve Cohen, and he told Wardy that sooner rather than later we were going to get a resolution to this Correa thing. I felt by Wednesday this would be resolved one way or the other, at least with the Mets end of it. Now today, it was announced that the Twins were rumored to have signed him. A couple of things that we've learned since then. First of all, the Mets were going to guarantee 6 years on this contract that they were offering, and in the last 6 years were not going to be guaranteed, which is very unusual. Also, the Mets were going to ask for the player to take a physical every year to manage this injury. This very, I don't know, this must have been a very bad injury that he has. That at his age, 28 years old, insurance companies can't cover it, and the Mets are going to have to ask for him to do a physical every year. So this was a very complicated problem that this player has now going on in the future. Now, I felt that this player did not fit what the Mets were trying to do. He's not necessarily a number 5 hitter. I felt that he's not a third baseman. He had never played an inning in Major League Baseball at third base. He was a player that really, he's not well liked amongst the fans of other teams. I don't think that's that big of a deal, but I wondered, being in New York, if he'd gotten off to a slow start. I just didn't feel that this was a perfect fit with the Mets. And you can let me know in the comment section. Got a lot of people writing to me the last few days because this Correa thing has frustrated a lot of people, but I feel that Steve Cohen had done as good of a job as he could. The risk was way too high for this player. There was just too much going on with him physically that you just couldn't take a chance. And, of course, if you look at his record in Major League Baseball, he has missed a lot of time due to injuries that have nothing to do with that particular problem with his leg. He missed 46 games, 40-something games in the past 2 seasons. He missed 26 games and 22. He missed significant time in 2018 and in 2019. This was not a player that was a healthy, durable, everyday shortstop. So, I have my reservations about him. Now, let me know what you think about this video. I hope you continue to support this channel. I'm very happy about the support I've gotten here over the last few weeks. I thank you for coming by and watching. We're going to get close. We're going to get to 4,000 subscribers very quickly, I think, with your help. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later.